Hey guys, we are going to have a quick look at assigning crew to one of our ships. We have a ship selected here already. In this case it's my Cypher, and just to bump his stats here up a little bit, I want to add some crew to that. They come in 4 flavors: green, blue, purple, and I think I've got a few yellows somewhere else under support. And we have 4 we can assign under command, combat, engineering and support here. So what do they do? Well, basically, if we've got one here, our green one selected, this adds some stats to my ship, in this case ship power, ship elemental, and some defense for our strike craft, unit defense. In the early game I have focused solely on bumping up this unit defense, and those are the officers I've got assigned to my main ships. And that's simply to reduce combat losses. The higher your defense, then obviously the less damage you're going to take. So we need to go about assigning a few, and in this case I've only got these guys here in green. It's the same one all the way down. Heaven knows what we're going to do when the inventory starts filling up with them. That's another matter. But we can do green, and these guys are your basics. You can assign them, and that's about it. If we've got some blue ones available, we find that we've got this magic thing here called enhance. So at the moment we have ship power 3, unit defense 6. If I enhance this, I can now add another one of these blue ones here, and that will improve the skills. Now it's important to note that the only ones that are available to you would be, in this case, the command one. So that's a command officer. They're all here. I wouldn't be able to enhance that with a combat or engineering or support officers. So when I enhance that, we get to find out how much these skills improve by, or these stats improve by, and each time you go up a level it costs you a few more. So if we now pop another couple into here, we'll click OK, we can apply, and this has now gone up to ship power 5, unit defense 10. That's nothing to be sniffed at if you can actually get a few of those blue officers there. Now there comes a point where we might decide that we want to switch up a bit and have a different set of stats. It's very straightforward. If we click unassign crew, it will return these to us, no cost to us, and that's all been reset, and then those officers are there to have another little play around with. So that's a really useful element. And bear in mind that when you're assigning your officers, you could probably just put together one really decent crew and then swap it between ships very easily, and that way you're really maximizing the kind of your best crew members for each thing that you're doing with the ship. That's assuming that you're only using one particular one at a time. We move up to the purple ones here, and we have this additional skill that comes into play, and these vary greatly between the various purple officers. So you kind of have to have a hunt round to see what's going to give you the best skill really for the setup that you've got. I've chosen to go with the first 2 rounds all strike craft, chance to gain immunity. Now, important to note that I can actually change which skill is on here based on the fact of the people that I've used to augment this. So if we go back here once more, come in here, we can enhance it in the same way that we can with anything else. I would need to add in additional purple officers here that are of the same crew type as well as the same rarity. I don't have any more, so I can't do much there. And also we could enhance that, or sorry, augment that further by adding more auxiliary crew on there, and that would then bump us up to a 33% chance to gain stun immunity in this case. So we now move on to the yellow ones, and I've only got 2 that I've got so far, and I've used 1 to enhance the other. And here what you'll find is the stat modifiers are generally higher, and the augmentations will generally be higher. And once again we can enhance in the same way we did with the blues and the purples. We can augment in the same way that we had with the purples, and these are obviously your best guys, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're the ones that are going to be most usable. So for example, at the moment my Dark Fang is out in the field. And I've actually opted to put a purple officer in here rather than this gold or yellow one. And the sole reason for that is I was fortunate enough to get this precision fire augment, which means that I can ignore enemy invasion for the first 3 rounds on a 45% chance. I just thought that was a lot more useful to me than medium strike craft recovery, since I'm not using those strike crafts. So in a nutshell, that's your officers, and that's how to augment and enhance them. And we can just swap those around ad infinitum. I want to use my Sunder next, so all I need to do here is pull this up and then pull these officers and assign them in here, and away we go. So remember, build up, max out as many as you can, get one decent crew together, and then swap them around between ships. Enhance as much as you possibly can, and don't forget to augment. And when you do be selective about who you augment. You can reassign, but there's probably different skills that you want to use in that augmentation, some of which are better than others, some of which might suit your battle style more than others, and some of which may synchronize better with your ship and strike craft than others. That's me, over and out. Thanks for watching.